Okay, we're going to make pad thai. This is one of my favorite recipes, and almost everybody really loves it. So here it is, and I hope you really enjoy it as much. It's not the simplest recipe though. There's a lot of ingredients in it. So I've kind of separated this. There's 3 separate parts of the pad thai. One is making the sauce. Another is getting the vegetables ready. And then there is a cashew topping on top. You just sprinkle some chopped green onions and cashews, which we're going to chop up and just mix with a little bit of sesame oil and salt. Just get sprinkled on the top. So set this aside. My rings. Okay. Vegetables. Let's start with these and get these ready in a bowl to go, and then we'll mix up the sauce. So I've had kelp noodles soaking for an hour or 2. An hour should be fine, but they've actually been soaking for about 2 hours. And they're getting nice and soft. So I'm just going to drain these and rinse them, and then we're just going to put everything into this bowl to use a colander and just let these drain really well, so we don't have a lot of water in our bowl with it. There, I'll just let those drain while we get the rest of the ingredients ready. So now, besides the kelp noodles, we have 2 zucchinis, which we're going to spiralize into noodles. If you don't have a spiralizer, you can use a vegetable peeler and just peel them into long strips and just kind of cut them up into little pieces. So they're kind of like little long pieces. Okay, so 2 zucchinis. Calls for 1 carrot, but these are small carrots, so I'm using 2 little carrots. Half of a red pepper. A 1/4 cup of cilantro leaves, which will get chopped up. I'll take the big stems out. And Napa cabbage is what I use. And if you don't have Napa cabbage, you can use another green leafy head vegetable. Even romaine will work fine. You can just finely slice through the romaine. I've done it before, it works great. So, but if you have access to Napa cabbage, I really like this because it's a little bit stiffer. So I want about 1.5 cups. And if you have a big head of it, it's going to be 6 to 8 leaves. This one's a little bit smaller, so it's going to take a little bit more than that. That's about it. Okay, just going to wash these a bit. I'm just going to lay these all together, kind of press it down, take my knife, and just do thin strips across. So you're getting long ribbon-like strips of the Napa cabbage. This will soften in the sauce, and it gives a nice texture. It's not too crunchy, but it works really well. Okay, I'm going to use the very end parts. Now my kelp noodles should be drained. Dry out my bowl. Add the softened kelp noodles. And then Napa cabbage to the bowl. I'm going to spiralize my zucchini now. Spiralizing's fun. There's a few different spiralizers you can get. I like this one. spiruli, it used to be called. I'm not sure what it's called now. Yellow zucchini are kind of nice too because it's like more of a noodle color. You can also peel it, but nice organic zucchinis, it's nice to use the skin too. You're getting the dark green, which is good for you. So I'm going to use the whole thing. It's up to you which you feel like aesthetic, or actually the bits of green in it are actually going to be quite pretty, you'll see at the end. Okay, and our other one. Okay, so we have the zucchini noodles and our Napa cabbage and our spiralized zucchini in here. Now it's going to get even more colorful as we add our carrots and red pepper. First our cilantro. Just going to take the big stalks out. Chop it up just a little bit. And add it to our bowl. Our red pepper, sliced very, very thin as we can. And you can also, if it's easier for you, you can also take a vegetable peeler and peel it. Whichever way works best for you. I think I use the vegetable peeler on the carrot, but I think for the red pepper, I personally prefer to use the knife. You want very, very, very thin julienne strips, very thin. Okay. So the red pepper is going into the bowl. Okay, so now we're just going to shave strips of our carrot. Now we're going to add all this to our bowl. And that's the carrot and red peppers can make it really beautiful and colorful. And it's fun to have, it's nice to have the combination of flavors and textures. Now in a cooked pad thai, you're usually just going to get the rice noodles, and it might be served on a bed of shredded lettuce, and you might get a few vegetables on the side or mixed in. But because it's all together, and sometimes you get that little bit of a crunch like of the lettuce on the side, it's very similar. But the sauce is what makes it. The sauce is really, really similar to the authentic pad thai sauce. And I think one of the things that really makes it like that is the tamarind sauce, because tamarind is just such an authentic Thai flavor. So I'm going to set that aside and bring over the sauce recipe, the sauce ingredients. There we go.